Good evening and welcome to the special homecoming edition of Hurricane Nation podcast. I am your host, Coach B, and alongside me, as always, is Coach Smith. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. It's game day. It's always a good day on game day.
Absolutely. I know it's been a little while since we talked. Circumstances, things have happened, but y'all been on an uptick, Coach. Y'all, 2 wins, back-to-back wins. 2 district wins, first time in history.
Yep.
So what's the ride been like?
It's been good in the sense that, practice has just gotten better. The kids kind of understand that. They kind of listen a little, they're kind of hearing what we're saying because some of it's coming to fruition. And so, it's just been really what we were preparing for in all the other games. And it's just we've been able to put some games together, minimize some of our mistakes that we make. And play well, and just kind of control the momentum of the game is what we've been able to do. And we've been at home, and, our guys feel very comfortable in this beautiful facility. We've spent so much time here in preparation that they just have a confidence about them in this facility that hopefully carries over into tonight. And that, it's as a coach, you get excited about seeing the improvement, but then at the same time, you're trying to manage their excitement, manage their focus to make sure they don't try to step over the next step without seeing it. And so that's kind of where we are tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond.
Absolutely, and you talked about the facility. You were gracious enough to allow us to do this show from right here in the field house, overlooking the stadium. Currently watching Live get in here, get set up. You guys are getting set up. Looking for a great show tonight.
It's like I said, it's homecoming. There's so many distractions. We didn't have school Monday and Tuesday, and then all kind of other things going on. And again, it is part of the process of building a good program. Is that you get situations where you have some success, and you don't want to be too high, you don't want to be too low, and then you have to be able to blot out all the talk, like Nick Saban called the rat poison, where people tell you how much greater you're getting and all this and that. And then also just the day-to-day distractions that any 15 to 17-year-old boy is going to experience during a homecoming week. And so it is a tall task to do. It's one of the hardest things that us high school coaches have to do as far as, being able to manage that. So we'll see how it goes for sure for tonight.
Right. And look, so just a quick throwback to, again, we haven't done the show in quite a while. So, and we'll just lump it into one because I feel between Walker and EA, both games, the conditioning was a key factor.
Yeah.
Like you saw it early in the game, especially against EA. You saw hands on hips from EA early in that game, and y'all really were able to just penetrate the line of scrimmage.
We train year round. We lift 4 days a week. This week we'll lift 4 days a week all the way through the playoffs, whatever else is going on, so but we train our boys that way. So it's year round. We're lifting, we're constantly keeping them in shape. We have our ups and downs, and we cycle in and cycle out. For those of you that know a lot about strength training and conditioning, it's not something you don't put your foot to the pedal the whole time. Again, track is a big thing for us, so our skilled guys get a lot of running in that deal. And our practice, we don't condition at practice, but we try to make our practices game-like, right? And that's why I keep talking about practice. They have to be able to go through a practice and fatigue themselves, not because we're running sprints, but because we're running play. We run anywhere from 60 to 80 plays in a practice where we're just really rolling through them. Mm-hmm. We don't huddle as it is anyways. And so that's been a big factor for sure for us. We've suffered from some of it too. But it has definitely been something that we've been proud of. But I told you in the beginning, man, every game is a fight for us, every game. And so all we want to do is to make sure when we get to that third and fourth quarter that we can still be in the game and be in the fight. And we've faltered on a couple occasions, and we've been able to push through the last 2 weeks. And that's really been the difference. We didn't, we jumped out on Walker 21-3. EA was close 14-6. But we were able to push through the third and fourth quarter. And I'm going to tell you, Walker almost felt like Walker was waiting for us to implode. And which is smart, I think.
No, right.
And we never did. And we did a little bit, and it got away from us, and then we had to hold on at the end. But against EA, I felt like we never really made those big mistakes, and we were able just to churn it and mentally stay focused Defense stood up when they had to. You know, we had some issues in special teams, but overall, you know, I was proud of the way they finished the third and fourth quarter, and by the end of the game, it was pretty evident that the game was going to go our way.
Right, and that's what it looked like. I think for most people is early in the season there was a maybe just a heightened sense of, I don't want to say anxiety, just a little angst.
Sure.
But it seems like and through the last two games there's been composure.
Well, again, here's what I'm going to say, and I keep saying it, and I'm glad that we're going in the right direction. The trajectory it is heading upwards is that, you know, we had, against DA, we had 11 guys touch the football and 6 different guys score, right? And so when you look on our offense, everybody, there's only 2 seniors, and they're both offensive linemen. Our 2 guards are seniors. Everybody else is juniors and sophomores. And then when you look on the defensive side, we've had a bunch of injuries, and we've got a lot of freshmen, and we got a lot of sophomores and juniors playing out there as well. Mm-hmm. And so, but, you know, we're getting to the point now where the freshmen that played last year that are our sophomores playing this year have now played 15 to 16 varsity games. Whereas at the beginning of the season, they had only played 10.
Right.
And so, you know, they're starting to get the reps to catch up. And the biggest change in all of that stuff has got to be Skylar Kelly. He has really kind of affected his play, and the game has slowed down for him, and his management has improved tremendously. Not just, I mean, he's had the skill from day one when you see him running, but those first few games, man, he was like a chicken with his head cut off.
Right.
But he is very much now in control of what's happening. You know, he made a smart play against DA where he slid down instead of running out of bounds. I mean, things like that. He has, you know, he still makes some mistakes, but man, you tell him, he embraces it, he hears it, he files it, and he usually doesn't do it again. Right. And so we've been lucky for that, for sure. And he's just a great kid, and he really has made that huge difference. Yeah,
it was definitely early on. It was whether it's a pass or a run, it was run first and pass second.
Yeah.
You can definitely see that he's stretching the field, the backside of the ball, trying to find the open receiver, and then if he has to take off.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead, Coach. We'll move on to Mevo because we see them warming up out on the field right now.
Uh-huh.
Some gaudy numbers stick out from Mevo, especially Caden Jones, the quarterback.
Yeah.
I looked this up on Max Prep, and 362 passing yards. Honestly, I don't know if your corners and safeties have seen that type of passing attack.
You know, he's a really cool character. I saw him early on, watching him on film, probably around week 1 or 2. You know, you get film trade-in, guys send you film, and man, he is very much calm in the backfield. His eyes are down the field. He's a really good quarterback for sure. And they go a lot of 5 wide. They run about 3 styles of offense. They go 5 wide, then they'll drop underneath and be a double slot option team. They'll run some power heavy motion sets, things of that nature. And so, you know, they try to do a lot of different things, but, you know, they got some really good athletic receivers. And like I said, the quarterback is legit. So, yeah, he's going to throw it around the yard a lot for sure. Against EA, they moved the ball up and down the field, but they had a bunch of tip passes, and EA got 6 picks against them. And so, you know, if anything, they're going to get yards tonight, and then it's our job to try to make them go the length of the field. And then on offense, to try to control the tempo like we did last week against DA, you know, and just kind of hold the ball and kind of get them in a situation where they got to score, you know, as much as we are.
Right.
You know, if that happens. And then, but I got a lot of confidence, you know. That's why you do 7-on-7s. I'm not a big 7-on-7 fan, but tonight is the kind of night you have to do that. And this is really the only team that we've seen that throws it like this.
Yeah. So basically, you're telling me that Caden Jones is that Brett Favre shotgun style quarterback. I'm going to throw it. Either you're going to catch it or we're going to catch it.
Yeah, he's a gunslinger, no doubt about it. He'll throw his guys open, and he'll throw them and give them 50-50 shots. And so we'll see how that goes tonight. We've been working on it all week. We did a lot more 7-on-7 than we usually do. We put our starters in to go against him so they can see that. So yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I've been telling people all week, I'm more nervous for this game than I was against either Walker or EA for sure, just because of, you know, just kind of not really knowing, you know, what that can happen.
Yeah, rightfully so, because again, you've run into a lot of run-heavy offenses. You haven't exactly seen a passing attack like this. Now, as far as tailor the tape, we're looking at rushing offense. You guys 221 per game, and Live Oak 127. So y'all kind of got the roots there.
Yeah.
But then again, passing tag is 362, 113 for Prairieville. But Skylar's not your typical gunslinger. He's gonna make plays with his legs more than his
we're a spread option team. I mean,
Right.
we are looking to run the ball with the quarterback. We're looking to pitch the ball again. Their stats, definitely have a few guys that touch the ball. We want every kid. If you're on the field, you have a way to get the ball, and we want guys to have to defend from 10 yards off the line of scrimmage to the sideline to 50 yards past the line of scrimmage. We want them to defend every little section. And so that's been our operations, and that's what we're going to continue to do tonight.
Yeah. And going, they're sitting here at 2-4. You would think a team that's throwing 360 yards a game, you wouldn't be sitting at 2-4. You think it'd be more of a 4-2.
Yeah.
So there's definitely chinks in the armor.
Well, Bear Bryant used to say, when you throw the ball, three things can happen, and two of them ain't good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think sometimes that they can get themselves caught up and have some turnovers. And our focus for the entire season, we talked about PJ Flex 78% rule. We want to win the turnover battle. We want to win the broken tackles battle. We want to win the explosive plays battle. So, those stats, I've been part of teams where we have those big stats, and stats are good and they're pretty and all that, but it really has to be how are you playing, how's your defense playing, but let me tell you, I guarantee you when the season started they looked at this game and said this is one we can win. And so they beat us pretty good last year, just like everybody else did in our district, and so they're going to come in confident and think that it's just kind of a fluke. And so even though I would consider some people probably have us as a favorite for this game, in the minds of those coaches and players, we're still just a new school trying to make it. And so we're going to do the things right. We're going to try to protect that football. We're going to try to run that ball. We're going to let our athletes do what they do, and we're going to hopefully have our defense get after the quarterback, keep him contained, force him to his left so he has to throw it, run it to his left, and try to play the ball in the air.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that's where you look at kids like Ford and like Creel to really push the middle of that offensive line, because obviously he's going to be more of your pocket passer. So you just
he moves now. He's definitely a slide guy. He's not a sprinter. He's not like Skylar, but he'll move the pocket and then he'll attack the line of scrimmage, stop, and throw the ball down the field. So he's the full package. We're going to try to keep him in the pocket more than anything. Really, we're not wanting to get out where he can create a big play and create some havoc. As far as the DBs come up because they think he's running and those kind of things. So a lot of discipline is going to be taking place, hopefully, with the defense tonight. And it's been a game plan all week.
Any other kids that you know of out here? I know you said you know more numbers than you know players, but is there anybody that jumped off the page at you that y'all were looking at?
I probably didn't spend as much time as looking at numbers. I looked at their offense to see what they're doing. But they got two receivers. Number 7's one of them. I think number 4 is that. But they're two good-looking receivers that are going to go out and catch the ball. And then defensively, they're kind of a bend don't break style defense. And they're not going to do it. They will do some twist up the middle, but like I said, it really is about can we contain the quarterback. Right. A lot of that rushing yards, just like us. A lot of that rushing yards is the quarterback rushing the ball too, which is us too.
Right. Well, Coach, again, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you letting us do the show here this evening. We are looking to we're gonna break this thing down right before game starts. We're gonna come back. We'll do a halftime. Yep. Hopefully, I can put some analysis together, and then hopefully post game we'll be talking again about a win. And if it happens, you got somebody, one of the guys that you want to bring up here, possibly MVP or something in the game.
Yep.
We'd love to talk to him.
Sounds like a plan, man. We'll see you soon.
Coach, I do appreciate you, sir.
Man. Thank y'all.
All right. And this, once again, Hurricane Nation, the HOCO podcast, like the kids like to call it, brought to you guys, by all the sponsors of the Hurricane Nation, Mike Anderson's, the Prairieville High School Booster Club, and LRC, Mr. Joey Todd over here helping us out with everything. It's been a blast so far, and we hope this continues, and we hope this becomes a great night. Now I'm gonna reach in my pocket here and I'm gonna pull up the depth chart that Coach Smith brought up to us. So this is the Hurricanes depth chart. We'll start with the defense. Your front line, we've got number 32 Daniel Williams, number 77 Gabriel Ford, and number 83 Brody Creel. Like I brought up earlier, Gabriel and Brody, two big stalwarts on that defensive line to really trying to pose the will of that quarterback, I forgot his name already, Mr. Caden Jones. Then we got your linebacking core, number 19 Joel Purley, number 9 Eric Williams, 13 the man himself Mike Schmidt, and number 6 Stanton Delapas. Stanton, as most people know, has been fluid across the field. He's coming up with big time plays, fumbles, interceptions. He's really been a stalwart on that defense. And then your secondary, you've got number 11 Cade Abear, number 12 Braylon Williams, number 2 Jamarian Meady, and then number 27 Zaid Richmond. Zaid in the game last week came up huge with he got his first sack on the game, shut down a drive. He was heavy into shutting down the EA passing attack. So hopefully that continues this evening against Live Oak. And so now we will move on to the offense. As you know, quarterback Mr. Skylar Kelly, he's accounted for most of the yards that the offense has picked up this year, whether running or passing. Big part of the wins that they've had this season. Running back Mr. Taj Wallace, coaches alluded to in past shows about he was a receiver. Well, he was a running back turned receiver, then receiver turned running back, and he has really done work, a world of good in that backfield, helping Skylar. Where it was a little one-dimensional, Skylar running the ball. Now it's Skylar and Taj. So it's been really helpful to that offensive run game. Wide receivers, we got number 1 Kale Daigle, number 7 Chance Jackson, number 88 Nathan Paul. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, but Nathan Paul. And then tight end, Mr. Parker Face. Parker, we've talked about him before. He's pretty much every game he's come in with 1 or 2 passes. Usually, not too many for scoring, but big time on resetting the downs. He's picked up quite a few first downs this season, and just kept drives alive. And then also, you can't ever forget about that front line. Left tackle, number 52, Brennan Shawls. Left guard, number 78, Austin Gill. Center, number 75, Jackson Creel. Right guard, number 55, Evans Quibido. And right tackle, number 69, Jalen Julian. This line has, from the start of the season, from my personal view of it, started off a little shaky at first, but they have really formed into a strong unit, and they proved it in these last 2 wins with the Russian attack. That Taj, that Fontenot, can't forget about Fontenot, and Skylar Kelly has been able to produce all behind that front line. So that is your offense and defense. Now, unfortunately, I don't have much to go off of for Live Oak, but like I've alluded to earlier, we have Caden Jones, the quarterback, 362 yards in the air. That's huge. That's going to be something that, again, this team has not seen before, and it'll be something that, like Coach said, 7-on-7s. We'll see if it's going to pay dividends for them. Running back Braden Felton, 40 yards per game. Not a huge rushing number, but it depends on where those 40 yards come in. Is he picking it up on 2nd and 1? Is he picking it up on 3rd and 2? So sorry about that. And then Cash Davis, he's their leading receiver, 163 yards a game. Obviously, your quarterback's throwing for 362 yards. He's going to have a favorite receiver, and apparently Cash Davis is the one. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Smith does against him. Does he decide to double team him? Does he go to a nickel back? Have a linebacker in a hybrid role to kind of help out with him. That's yet to be seen. Obviously, was not going to ask Coach about that because nobody wants to give up their game plan right before, game time. But it will be interesting to see how it goes. Like he alluded to, Prairieville is a heavy favorite in this game. But you can't take any team for granted. They might be 2-4, but they won 2 games, and there's a reason for that. So you can't take any of that lightly. Other than that, special teams always plays a key factor. Prairieville has had a really good special teams play throughout this season, whether win or lose. They've been able to slow down opposing offenses by pinning them back, and hopefully that happens again this evening. So, and going back to again, we are here at the eye of the hurricane, the I field. We are here in the field house, beautiful facility. And again, brought to you, thank you from Coach Smith. Thanks to our sponsors, Mike Anderson's LRC, Prairieville Booster Club. We are looking forward to the halftime show where we're going to break down what we saw in the first half. Again, I will do my best with a few of the people I know out here to try and break down some of the plays and stats that we might have. And then we are looking to do, once again, we'll do a post game. Once this game is over, hopefully we'll be talking about another Prairieville win, 3 in a row, and talking to whomever the MVP will be, and we'll have Coach Mike Smith. He'll be back once again to talk about the game. And with that being said, I think that'll be all for our pregame, and we will see y'all at a halftime. Go Canes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the homecoming edition of the Hurricane Nation podcast. Once again, I am Coach B, and joining me right now is Mr. Joey Todd himself from LRC. How you doing, Mr. Joey?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me here.
Oh, no doubt. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. I tell you what, we have one hell of a game right now.
We got a game.
We have a game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following it, if not, we started off in quite a hole. The Live Oak came out with a 15-0 start, and it looked bleak for a little while, Joey.
Yep.
But then we rallied. Halftime score 17-15.
Close the gap.
We closed the gap and then took the lead with the last second field goal. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So just recapping what happened. Once again, we're down 15-0. We pushed the ball downfield. We have a pass from Mr. Skylar Kelly to Kale Daigle for a touchdown, and we get the extra point. And then one drive later, like he always does, Mr. Skylar Kelly breaks a long one for a touchdown, gets it down to 15-14, and then here we are with the last second field goal to put us up by 2. It's been one great game. One of my biggest takeaways, Joey, is that Live Oak is not doing what we thought they were going to do.
No, the pregame analysis is coming out a little different.
Right.
The boys are playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard. Absolutely. And where Coach and I were talking earlier, we thought that this was going to be a passing attack, which what they've shown in the past. They came out running.
Yeah.
They came out just full force, just running.
Yep. He's normally not going to have the yards that we thought he would. I think they moving the ball.
Right.
They moving the ball.
Absolutely. But what I'm taking away from it is that we are our DBs are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
They're keeping the guys in check. They're forcing him to move. He's found himself moving in and out of the pocket, but with nobody to throw to.
Yep.
So now, don't get me wrong, we've lucked out a few times. Like this last drive here, we were looking to stall out, and then we have a roughing the kicker penalty that kept the drive alive. But man, I tell you what, it's where the game started to where the game is now. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, 17-15, we got a new ball game.
Absolutely. Some great running from our side of the ball. Again, Skylar's doing great. Taj has pretty good plays. The negative side of the ball here is that we've had a few drops.
Yep.
The receivers, we had some pretty easy, not contested catches, just real easy balls that were just dropped that could have just kept more drives alive, and maybe we could be higher than this. Maybe the score could be a little bit different.
You got to give it. He's taking shots.
Absolutely.
So we got the homecoming court starting to come out here.
Yes, sir. So yeah, once again, this is homecoming. So the court's on their way out to the field. It's turned out to be a great night, man. It's not the typical Louisiana heat.
No mosquitoes. No
mosquitoes. A few breeze, a little bit of breeze here and there, and no, it's shaping out to be a great evening. What's your take on it, Joe? As far as what are you seeing from the football team tonight?
I think the arrows are hurting. The drops, got to catch when he's taking them kind of shots. We got to get it.
Right.
We got to get it. So there's a lot of opportunity here. I think it's going to step up.
Yeah,
it's going to step up.
The biggest thing, going into the second half for any coach is the halftime adjustments.
Right.
If I was Smith, it would be let's limit the errors, the drops. Let's make some easier catches, maybe a few more screens. Now, granted, one of the passes that were dropped was a screen pass.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to come down with those. Just like all the coaches always said, if the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it.
You got to catch it.
So we do that. I mean, for the most part, running game looks great, and we're consistently moving the ball. Again, like we said earlier, the boys are playing with composure. They're not looking overly excited. They look like they're comfortable out here, and I think this one might come down to the wire.
Yep, I think it's going to continue to be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for now. If I was Live Oak, my adjustment is you got to go back with what was working for you in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta try and start throwing the ball. Even though they did have some success on the ground, Coach Smith's gonna stop that.
Yeah.
he's gonna shut that down. So you got to try and start taking a few shots. Now again, what Jones is used to doing is throwing the ball downfield. He's probably gonna want to slants, little post routes here and there, just to kind of keep the defense spread out. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
What you seen in the first half, you think he's going to air it out in the second?
I think he's going to air it out in a second. I think. Are they going to come out throwing? No, I think they're going to try and push the ball up the middle again. Again, I think that Coach Smith is going to. He's going to try and shut that down. I mean, the way your defensive front is playing right now, it's a little leaky, but I think coming back in the second half, he's gonna fortify that. So they'll take their shots, 2 or 3 plays, maybe see what happens, and then in the after that, I got to see him going back to the passing attack.
We get the ball and coming back. To us. They kick off to us. I think so.
Yes. We should be receiving the ball coming back.
Yeah.
So I mean, and again, we move the ball, we get downfield. I mean, we can take a 2-score lead depending on how Coach Smith tries to do it.
Looks like the whole court's out there now. They're doing their little ceremony.
Yeah, it was good to see Gumbo out there.
Gumbo, there he is. They're cheering for him.
Yeah.
So our first time coming live from the field house. Coach,
yes.
This is exciting.
Man, I'm loving it. Look, don't get me wrong. I love what Mike Anderson has done for us, the hospitality. But man, to be out here to see the crowd, I mean, that's a great crowd out there. I love how excited the student section gets.
Right.
I mean, it's almost, I ain't gonna say it's LSU, but it kind of gives you that representation.
It's the loudest in Prairieville, I'll tell you that.
That's right. That's right. And then also just to be out here in like, it's such a beautiful field, man. They did such an amazing job out here. And to be able to capture this moment, you know, again, it's fun to be a part of the podcast.
It is, man.
And to see where this thing is going.
Yep.
But going back to the game, I really think Skylar's gonna have to take command of this if he wants to. We want to bring this home.
Yep.
Because again, if we can't limit the drops, then we're gonna have to. He might have to turn it to the old Skylar Kelly and pick up 150 yards on the ground.
Yep.
You know, unless look, you still got Taj Wallace, you still got Fourneau, you got runners that can make things happen. Parker, we've only seen Parker make one catch, that screen pass up the middle. So there's a possibility for a couple more catches there. Kale Daigle, I mean, he got the touchdown pass. Again, like I said, he had that drop, but I mean, the potential is there for him to make a couple catches. So we're not going to be. It's not going to be 50-50. You know, it'll be, to me, it's going to be more of a 80-20, maybe 70-30 run to pass. But I really feel that Skylar's probably going to have to just take command of this game, keep his composure. But he does that. You know, he does what he does, what he's done in the past. I think they'll come away with this. And boy, it wouldn't be great to have a 3-0, you know, a win streak like that.
That is, yeah.
To come from, you know, you think about last year.
Yeah.
You won 2 games, and you know, obviously everybody knew it was the first year, but to come back, win as many games as we've done now, there is still playoff implications.
Yep.
And it's exciting to think that we're still in that race.
You know, it's kind of like our podcast, the first one, and where we are now. We're growing. So's the team.
That's
So's
right.
the team.
That's right. So yeah. So look, I'm hoping, you know, that by, you know, the end of these next 2 quarters, we'll be sitting right back over here with Coach Smith, you know, talking about another victory.
Yep.
Looking to have, I know it's a little quiet in here now, but hopefully if it's a win, it'll be a little more amped up.
We need to fill it with players, cheerleaders, band members. Let's get something going.
We'll get something going, man. Absolutely. So everybody listen in the listening area, everybody in the stands, if you're watching, pray for it. Let's come away with a win. And we'll see y'all back in.
I'm sure the band's got something special. Maybe when we go off, we can come back on when the halftime show. Just let the halftime show play.
Absolutely. We can.
Man, the band did something special tonight. The national anthem was like spot on.
Oh, the national anthem was fantastic.
Yeah. And being a musician, not bragging or nothing, but just they were like, it was touching tonight. They did a very, very good job.
Yes. And again, going back to, like you said, when where you start off from now, you can notice the difference in the band from the beginning of the year to now, and they've been stellar, man. And I'm actually excited to see when they actually go and do the nationals. Yeah, what they can accomplish.
Yeah, and coming to the games from the beginning, you can just see everybody, the cheerleader squad, the dancers, everybody. It's really stepped up.
Yes,
it's top notch.
And to the fan base as well. I mean, you starting off, nobody. How do you cheer for this team? What's gonna be? What's gonna be? But now you got the stands are rumbling, people kicking their feet, and making the sound of the thunder and all that. And
packed house tonight. Packed
house, man. It's a beautiful thing for a school just in its second year to keep this thing going.
Yep, it's going good.
Yep. Well, like I said before. Again, Mr. Joy Todd, thank you for being here, sir. And then we're going to see you a little bit later as well.
Be here for the post-game show.
Post-game show, and then let's hope it's for a victory.
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go Canes.
Go Canes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It is the post game. We have Coach Smith here to our side. Coach Smith, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great win tonight. How you feeling?
Exhausted. It's just no matter how long you do this, and I've been in so many games and so many different things. It's just fun to see young people handle adversity, be in a tough situation, come out and be able to pull things out like that, even though it's in doubt. You don't know it's going to be over until the last second of the game, but that's somebody said a long time ago. I read, as coaches we live a lifestyle, and this is our lifestyle. It's every Friday night during football season. I get grayer and older, and but tonight I can't say we played our best game. We lost the turnover battle for sure. But you're not supposed to win those games. You're supposed to lose them. But I thought the guys were able to face adversity, come up big when we needed it, and we were able to move the ball well on offense, control the clock like we wanted.
Yeah, and look, you can tell they made adjustments. They made adjustments to go against your defense. So they moved the ball better in the second half.
For sure.
But I mean, look, you guys once again the composure. Y'all stayed strong. Y'all held firm, man. It was
well, if you're on the headsets, ain't much composure, man. I got to go to confession.
Man, tomorrow's Sunday.
So, and God bless my coaches, because the reality is those guys. I'm not the most sensitive of adults with other adults, so right. I tend to get on them a little bit. But they buckle down and they step up and they do things when they have to. And Coach Thomas. They came out, and I told you before, their quarterback is a great athlete. He's a great quarterback, very calm, runs the ball well. We're still playing with young guys out there, and they did a good job. I thought they fought their hearts out. They were really trying to win the game as best they could. That was the best I've seen them play, and so kudos to them. They were a good team.
I mean, look, the one of the biggest takeaways, say on the negative side of it, was you gave up two big plays that resulted in scores. But other than that, Coach, the way I look at it is y'all played minus those couple mistakes, y'all played a very good ball game.
Well, you go down 2 scores and we come back and get 17 points before the end of the half. I mean, that in itself is a growth. Even if we wouldn't have won the game, I would have taken that away as a big positive. And that's what we've been trying to do this season in our second year, is just compete, and just make sure we're in the game. But, our fans are great. We have a home field advantage like none other. Our cheerleaders and dance and band and then everything else going on. This environment playing just charges our young men, and they just played well to be able to come back, control the ball all of the third quarter. We got shut down here, but then come back and get the winning drive. Well, that was special.
Yeah, and look, going back to the first half, kudos to the kicker for coming up big. That great kick. We're in here watching it from here. Yeah. He's on this side of the hash, kicking back the other way, and he split the upright.
Evan last week missed a couple, and he came up to me after the game was over last week and said, "Coach, I won't miss again." So I took his word at it. Awesome. I didn't say anything before he went out there, but I was about, "Hey, awesome. I've thrown something at him." No, he's a great kid. He came out last year. He had ACL surgery. He couldn't really play soccer, but he kicked. And Evan is definitely a crowd favorite. He's a good young man. He's a composite he's an all-state academic kid, 4.0. So to be able to give him that opportunity to shine is awesome.
Yeah, and look, and going back to we've talked about it before. You give up the lead, and a lot of teams, especially high school football teams, the win comes out of themselves. It's like, oh my God, we're going downhill.
Yeah,
you didn't see that out there. You didn't feel that on the field. It looks like they just kept their composure. Not the coaches, but they kept their composure, and they played a very good second half.
Yeah, and that's just what I believe. And as coaches, I don't pull any punches. I'm always an excitable guy. I get angry and scream and yell, and I think they've learned now that I scream and yell because that's just who I am as far as a person. I'm not necessarily mad at them or mad in general. I get excited, and unfortunately, I have a son that's out there getting personal fouls because he's the same freaking way. And so the reality is, they do feed off of us as coaches, and they want to see us get excited. They want to see, I want to be mad. I want to be excited. And, I have so much faith in Skylar Kelly. I have so much faith in all those guys. Taj Wallace had an unbelievable night.
Unbelievable.
And the reality is we wore them down. I felt like the offense was really able to wear the defense down. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had 5 or 6 plays ready to go for 1 minute drill if we had to go out there and run, and I thought we'd be successful because we had them gassed. And so, like I said, kudos to Live Oak. They fought to try to win that game. They really played well.
Oh yeah, they played a strong second half, and kudos to your boys on defense. I mean, your back's against the wall. It's 7 seconds left. And they come away with the stop and the victory.
They did. We made an adjustment, put a 4-man line in, spotted the quarterback, played more press man, tried to put our athletes on their athletes, and just said, okay, if they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us in small windows. And the boys came up, so I'm proud of them. And proud of Coach Thomas and his staff.
Absolutely. So again, I brought it up earlier, but again, Coach. 3 wins in a row, man. That's amazing. From where we were last year to.
Well, yeah, and I think I'm more. Again, I just think our home field advantage is amazing. Like I said, with all of the people that we have, the girls and cheerleaders and the dances and all that stuff, everything that we have is just a great place. This is a wonderful facility. We're blessed to have it. I hope everybody shows that gratitude, fans included. Everybody knows how lucky we are to have this to watch the game from here. So. I hope everybody goes home proud to be a Prairieville Hurricane, proud to be part of such a space like this, and I think in the near future we can make it great, across the board, not just football and not just sports, but academics. It's why I came here. It's why I left where I was to come here to be part of this.
Yeah. And look at Mr. Joey can attest to it. We talked about it at halftime. Just the what's growing in the Prairieville area as far as the fan base, the cheerleaders, the Storm Steppers, everybody. It's becoming something now in year 2. That it's right. What we talked about the kicks in the stands, right?
Right. You can see the difference from last year. It's night and day.
Yeah, just the rumble from the stands. The
winner helps that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
People like winning.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like I said, but I think it's all an accumulation of everything together. The boys worked hard, but so did everybody else, and we have those things. And so to put that atmosphere together, you know, it's just a, pardon the pun, but a perfect storm of getting everything
There you
together.
go.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Converging wins. We do a warm up. That's what we call it. We go kind of crazy, and then we get in a big circle.
Yes,
we
sir.
call it our converging wins, and that's what we're doing. We've converged a bunch of high schools into one, and now we're going back and competing against those. And so we're excited to do that. And like I said, and we're just trying to make our brand, the Hurricane brand. You know, that blue and green looks different than everybody else's, and we're just trying to make it ours.
Yeah, and absolutely. And look, and you are doing that because I'm getting text messages before I'm walking back over here. What's Prairieville doing? How's it going? You know, and then when I'm telling them, it's like we're gonna win this ball game. People are noticing. People are noticing what's going on.
And again, it goes all to the boys for sure, and it goes up to everybody. It's just, you know, I'm just happy to be part of it, and you know, we got so far to go. It's not even funny, but these kind of games is what helps build character.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we're going to let you get back to Mr. Joey. You got anything you'd like to say?
No, great job. Guys did great. Everything was great. The atmosphere was really good tonight, so it was great.
And each girl's got stuff to say right when I leave. Y'all doing your interviews?
Let's go now, Coach.
Just shake your palm. Okay.
So thank you to Miss Callie, Miss Claire, Miss Olivia, Miss McKenzie for being here. And I think we're going to leave this, Coach. Obviously, we want to get back to your boys, but we're going to leave this on a Canes on me, Canes on 3. 1, 2, 3, Canes!
Good night.